Hey, what's up? It's Kayla, and I'm back, and we are back. And with ASL Season 13, Week 11, if we look at the the Google Sheet for the actual league, we are pretty much out of playoffs. It's gonna take pretty much a miracle for us to make it. And I'm very sorry because the definition of this is extremely low, but we are in Coastal. We are right there at 4 and 6 plus 3, which is actually absurd. I made a big mistake the last week, and we could have been 5 and 5 plus 9, but unfortunately I brought dupes items, and that kind of messed everything up. So instead, we're at 4 and 6. We're pretty much out of it. Like I said, it's gonna take the Giratina Warriors losing out. It's gonna take Philadelphia Weasels losing out, and then us winning every single game for us to make it, which is just not likely. But right now, I'm just playing for my own differential. If we go over to my team, the Cincinnati Willows, you could see that my ASL record is 13 and 21. I don't feel like I'm that bad of a player, so right now my goal is going to be making that a little bit better. And minus 31 is so crazy, like in general. But yeah, you can see how poorly I've been playing. These 5 weeks in particular were really bad. I think this one and Rhine, I think those were just could have played those games better, but it was just like Um, but yeah. So that is going to be the goal. Or going up against good buddy, good buddy. Uh, Against leave goal. I don't even know how you pronounce that. It's just goalie, right? I don't know why it's Guil. Or Gil. Well, I hope he watches this and he can tell me if I'm pronouncing it right or wrong. But very good season, 7 and 6 plus 13 is or plus 16 is kind of cracked. I think I have an okay matchup, but there's just a lot of variables to it. And if I could, obviously sneak in, it's gonna be tough to just sneak in because I think I'm playing another good team, if I'm not mistaken. I was mistaken. So as long as we win this, we should be in pretty good shape. This is what I'm bringing. In case of iron defense, I want, some kind of insurance, and this is pretty not bad. Maybe Terra Psychic is better. But there's probably a reason for Terra Steel. We have this for spikes. I think it's going to be pretty good. Palafin's endgame with Rain Dance because it just beats the rest of the team. This is mainly for in case of my guy Dom kind of doing stuff. I need a little bit of insurance, and Earth Power should KO. And then Tank can just kind of set up for free, as long as we get, I think, rocks up. I think we should be in okay position. But we shall see. We shall see. I feel like I'm not gonna be playing my best, but that just might be me like being dumb. So we do pretty much see exactly what I thought would come, besides the Clawitzer. I wasn't really expecting, but everything else was pretty expected. So this is gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be extremely interesting. I guess the one thing that kind of strikes out to me is like Clawitzer. I think Clawitzer has like just with the team that I built, I think it has an insanely great matchup. I'm pretty much going to be relying on my Espeon to kind of tank it, and even then, not that great. So I'd rather just get in Sand Slash. Whatever comes in, I want to be clicking either Earthquake or Rocks or Knock. Really depends. I'm assuming that it's going to be lead Cleavor. or something adjacent to it, or like lead, what you call it, Aleki. So that is why I am going with you. Did I put magic bounce on you? Okay, yeah. Intem, 0 to hero, regen, mold, yep. But this is going to be really tough, and if we could win this, like I said, we're in pretty phenomenal shape. But we have to win it, and that is definitely going to be difficult against one of the better teams. I mean, this team is just, I feel like my team just doesn't have answers to Zom, and I have to bring stuff like Rotom, which, okay, this is not a great lead. Not a great lead at all. I don't think I could even, you know, bring in something to it. Like, I think we outspeed. Do I trade rocks? I think I trade rocks. I don't feel very confident in this play, but you know, if there's Zoroark, that's definitely like, sorry about that. That would definitely be great. Knock could be really good just in the future, right? I want Hydropple into the game as quickly as possible. And if there's something like Specs, that would be certainly an issue. Rocks long term gives me intel, and it gives me chip, again, breaks sashes. So I think Rocks is ultimately, if I'm thinking about long term, I think that's the play. Short term, I think Knock would be great. I wouldn't be surprised if they, you know, went if they clicked something with Zoroark, because I would definitely not be surprised if this was like gonna Terra Ice with Zoroark. And I don't think it kills, but it like it probably does 60-70. Yep. Perfect. We get rocks up, and then we can who do we go to? And it was faster, so that does give us some intel. I guess we just go Tink. So this is probably Zoroark. I know Ice Beam only did 50 to 60. I'm pretty. Does Zoroark even get Ice Beam? I thought it did. I lied. So this is Clawitzer then, which certainly makes things interesting. That it was. I think it does it naturally outspeed. 59. Sandslash is 60. 5. Yeah. So this was EV. This was speed creeping, which is perfectly fine. I don't know how far it's speed creeping too, which could be an issue, but that's fine, and we'll figure that out later, I guess. Tink would be really good. Do we just sack this? Decisions. I need something for Eleki, and Hydropple can, but like if it volt switches, it's gonna bring in something that like just kills me. So, maybe I could just play around a little bit. I don't really like the idea of that, but I should have been max buff on Espeon. I should have. Okay, you don't Dark Pulse here though. And even if you do, I mean, that could be an issue, but yeah, we want rocks up. We want rocks up for sure. I should have just knocked. I should have knocked. Because this, for all intents and purposes, could be scarfed, which might also be a tiny bit of an issue. Tink also. Okay, so we do get the Tink off. And they do appear to be at least somewhat locked. So now we just throw off a T-Wave. If Eleki comes in, that's probably fine. If Zoroark comes in, that would be probably best case. But I don't think it does. They don't really have a T-Wave switch in besides Eleki. And even then, after that, we just go Sandslash. Shaman comes in. Okay, they do have a T-Wave switch. I actually just lied. I actually just straight up lied. I think Hydropple is probably the best play. Espeon is also good because it prevents, you know, Leech Seed shenanigans, but it does invite. It's interesting. That was very interesting. I guess we just go Espeon. I mean, I want to go Hydrapple, but yeah, I think Hydrapple is a bit better. If they Baton Pass, though, if they Baton Pass, they get a free switch into something that's like decent. So maybe we just SD on a BP, possibly. We live any Earth Power. Yeah, we live it pretty comfortably too. So we get a free Play Rough off on to something. If Shaman goes down, that like completely opens up the game for Palafin because Palafin will outspeed Clawitzer, so we just need to get chip on Clawitzer, we need chip on Zom, and I think we should be fine. Oh my god, that doesn't kill, that's crazy. And that also kills, so that's also pretty crazy. Can I please land this Play Rough? Please? I thought the Play Rough would kill, to be fair. Should have probably just done the thing. If Zom comes in, I think we just do it again. We are up in the game. Clawitzer could just come out, but I don't think it does anything. Zork easily comes out and it does something. Leevor can get up rocks now. I mean, no, it kills. It's sharpness. It's sharpness. It kills. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that could happen right now. If Cleavor does come in, we just go hard Sand Slash and just try and spin. If we can. If spin doesn't come out, I think that's okay. I feel like my team can do against it pretty easily. But I don't want to be playing too reactive. I want to be controlling the game as much as possible. What a world. What a world. How do I get Palafin in this game? That's probably going to be the trickiest part, because if we can get Palafin in, that would be amazing. I want Spikes up, because I think Spikes are going to be big. Regieleki is kind of just very threatening to this team in general. I thought Gigaton... Is Grass not resist Steel? Or does Steel... Is Steel not resisted by Grass? Because if that was the case, I would have just Gigaton. I just did not think. Oops. I probably should have the damage calcs up. Tink versus Shaman. Maybe I could have been Air Balloon instead of lefties, but it's not resisted. It's not. So that was max defense though, because +2. There's no way that Play Rough is not like a roll on a. Oh my god, it's the 77 max to no defense Shaman. That's insane. And Earth Power did. Hooligan. Leftovers. That's insane. I mean, this is 48.7. Oh, so it was a max roll into... It was 2 max rolls. That's crazy. Unless it's, again, I guess if it's modest. Aleki comes out. This could be Zoroark. I'm fine with sacking Sand Slash here, because I think Tink is valuable in its own little Tink way. And if it's actually Aleki, and it trades, that would be also pretty good. So I have no reason to doubt that this is Zoroark. I have no reason also to think that it's Aleki, because I think Aleki spinning here is really good. But I'm not gonna also go like elephant here. But I'm just gonna go Sandslash. I think it's the safest play. If they want to reveal that they're Zoroark, that's completely fine. That is Scarf. That's Scarf. That is Scarf. That is definitely Scarf. So we'll keep you in the back for a sack, and then just go. I do not have a switch. I guess just go Hydrapple, right? And just start spamming Earth Power, because there is actually no switch into that. The 198 EVs actually did something. Oh my god, I misclicked. I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that at all. Oh my god. That was a horrible misclick. That was a misclick. 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 Oh my god. I don't think it matters. I would have clicked Hydrapple anyways, so it would still be a free U-turn. I already talked about how that could be bad, but yeah, this doesn't help because it gets Cleavor in for free. But that's fine. It's still, it was something I was debating anyways. But it does give chip, which is now not great. If they go Zom, that is probably fine because we can get the Mirror Herb off on it, and but it's fine. I don't think it, like I said, I don't think it affects the game too much. I think Cleavor was always coming in. I was like, it was either that or Hydrapple. I was debating between the two, so I don't think that is going to matter. But now, the good thing is that Zoroark, we know how different it is from Lucky. So unless Lucky comes in now, if Lucky comes in now, that's honestly best case scenario, and then I could call Mines and do some shenanigans, right? So I don't think that's that bad. But obviously, I mean, not great either. What Terras are revealed, right? So this is either Dark Ice or Berry, I want to say, and did not bring the other Terra Captain, I believe, because it's Girafarig. Clawitzer is a really nice bring because I just do not have anything for that mon besides Dun, but even then it has Aura Sphere. Yeah, very quality bring. I just did not have a lot for it. Besides, I guess like AV Hydrapple, but even that like gets hit by Ice Beam, right? I didn't bring Spadef Tinkaton. So now Clawitzer. Clawitzer has a really good end game. I have Rocks up, so maybe it takes enough, and then I can I don't even know, get Espeon in or get Coefficient and start clicking some buttons. Go from there. I mean, like I said, as long as I get some of these guys chipped, I think that would be great. But they're probably gonna go Cleavor. I don't see why you don't and just get Rocks up. But, you know, if you don't get Rocks up, I have no reason to Terra at the moment. I have zero reason to Terra. If I Terra, then Zoroark all of a sudden becomes a problem. Because it can just spam Flamethrower against my whole team. So that is no bueno. Clawitzer comes out is certainly an interesting play. I think I just Terra and Calm Mind on it, and just hope they don't go for like a Aura Sphere or something. That's a little unfortunate. That is a little unfortunate, but I did not think. I thought they would just click a button, and I did not play that right. I should have just Morning Sunned. I should have just Morning Sunned there. And that was a panic. It was definitely a panic Terra. Just a bait, if you will. So that was on me. But I don't think anything gets a kill because I'm gonna get +1 defense from Zom. Maybe I'm just underrating Zom. I think I'm just underrating Zom at this point. Because Zom totally gets a kill. Zom totally gets a kill. So that is really not great, and like I said, I don't have a switch into it. And the Mirror Herb is only going to get the defense, the first defense boost. It's not going to get any of the subsequent defense boost. This comes out, it's going to take even more chip, which is really nice, but it probably hits CC. So I'm just going to go into Billfish on CC. Perfect. We can get a spike up. Nice. I think I just click Gunk here. Or I think I sack Sand Slash. I think I sack Sand Slash right now. And then get a free switch into something. If they flip, that is obviously best case scenario. Because then we get a lot more momentum on our side. And we prevent something like Reggie from really coming in. But also, depending on what they do, because this is Claw. Because it took the right amount. I can get Palafin into the game a lot sooner. Everything is getting chipped. Zom is going to be chipped pretty soon. So that's great. U-turn is obviously not going to do a ton. Cleavor is not doing a ton. But yeah, we sack Sand Slash here. And we just bring in Pal. And then we, I believe, double into Espeon. And try Morning Sun this off. Or Sphere is fine. I feel like this is locked. But then again, it I don't have a grass type move. I don't have a grass type move. I don't think Pickle kills because it's just really good like that. So I am gonna just T-Wave here. They are Scarf. They are Scarf. Okay. So then we will start not setting up, but we'll just Fickle Beam. But this is already at half. I feel like Rain Dance is gonna kill everything but this song. Can I just Earth Power actually? I can just Earth Power. Because this is Scarf. Unless it's max speed. I will be surprised if this is max speed. I'll be very surprised if this is max speed. Everything dies to an EP. So I guess that is something. Besides I guess Claw, but everything dies to Earth Power besides I think Song. So I think we're in a fairly good position. Again, it's just about getting Claw chipped. If we can get Claw chipped down, I feel like we can win this game. Which is insane, but you know, that's just how mods work. Oh my god, holy shit. That is now in range though, so I think we could just go and sack. And then we can think another layer. I think another layer gets us a kill. Alright. So I think Rain Dance here. If this is specs, then it was probably just max speed, which is something. But yeah, it was just specs. Let me just Jet Punch. Go for kills. Zom, please set up on me. Zom, please crit. Okay. GG. GG. Ugh, I didn't play that great. I didn't play that good at all. I didn't play that good at all. Because I was not prepping for Claw. I don't know if you can see my screen, but no claw was on my screen, so um, yeah, I didn't play that well. No Fez was definitely interesting, no Giraffe was definitely interesting, but I was not expecting Claw, so um, I probably should have done this sequence a little bit differently. Right here. I should have probably not sacked every single mon. I should have sacked, I think sacking Sandslash was the right play. I think going to Palafin was the right play. I think no, I don't even think sacking Espeon was the right play. I think I should have just stayed the course and just went Tink. And sacked here, and then go into Hydrapple, get a Fickle off or whatever, and then go to Quillfish, and then we have somewhat of a game. But because then I have a Tink to sack, and then I can bring Hydrapple back in, sack Quillfish, and then or you know, some kind of variant like that. But yeah, no, I did not play this game particularly well, so that's on me. And playoffs are now officially dead, and I'm pretty... I don't know how to feel, man. The season has just been... I feel like every season I do of this league, it's like my life just like gets so warped, and it's so weird. But that's not really an excuse. Should have just played better, should have just prepped better. There were many games that I could have won beforehand, so even if this was a matchup issue, which genuinely I do not think it was a matchup issue, I think I have the components, I just did not put them together. For example, no Assault Vest Hydrapple is kind of crazy in this matchup. Having no Spadefmon is insanely crazy. Like, my Spadefmon, I'm pretty sure, was Sandslash. Like, that's insane. You can't win a game like that. And Espeon was Spadef, and then I changed it. But yeah, you can't win a game like that. You just can't. And this was probably Water Pulse as the last move, and not Dark Pulse. So, yeah. I mean, it's just the little things. It's just the little things, and hopefully next season things go better. Hopefully I don't completely throw away my whole team and shit like that. Because I feel like this season was probably my best season, and I'm going to end up with a losing record again, and that is really annoying. But yeah, I will see you guys later.